Hey everybody, Kyle here. I'd like to talk a little bit about the difference between knowledge and wisdom. There's a good quote: being smart is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, not a vegetable. Wisdom is knowing not to put that tomato into a fruit salad. When I was very young and starting out, I was learning all sorts of different techniques, from almost lost old masters techniques to working with all sorts of crazy new materials and techniques, and I like to learn it all. And whenever I was painting, I had this desire to sort of show off everything I knew, and I would try to cram all of this crap into every painting I did all the time, whether or not the painting needed it or not. And the answer was always it didn't need it all. I had kind of an aha moment in my head when I was in a gallery talk with an artist who did these really excellent oil paintings, and he was sitting down explaining how there's no mediums, there's no glazes, there's nothing fancy, it's just oil paint and a bristle brush applied to a flat surface. That's it, no tricks, no gimmicks, no fancy anything, just direct painting. And they were powerful, they were effective. It was exactly what those paintings needed. Sometimes a gestural expressionistic mark is the best way to get a point across. And the kind of paintings I was making at the time, that was the point I wanted to get across, and all of the techniques that we're adding were only taking away from that. And while I was sitting there listening to this artist giving the talk, all I was thinking of was, this person must be a really bad painter because they're not using any fancy techniques, they're just doing dumb painting. What I didn't realize until several days later was that they were using dumb painting to make good paintings that I wanted to look at, and I was doing what I thought was smart, sophisticated, fancy painting, and I was making crap that nobody needed to look at. So with time, I think probably the most important lesson I've learned over the last 10 years is that just the wisdom of knowing that I don't have to show off 20 different techniques and cram them all into one painting. I can make a dumb painting that's just using one basic crude technique, and if that dumb crude technique is the best way to get the point of the painting across, then it's the only thing I should be using. It seems like I spent about 10 years learning all these advanced techniques, and then it took me another 10 years to learn most of the time I don't have to use them. Not using a technique doesn't mean you're dumb, it doesn't mean you don't know how to paint, it just means you're wise enough to know that that technique is inappropriate for that painting. So, I really wish I'd figured that out 10 years sooner. I feel bad for a lot of canvas that got spoiled.